Hey, what's up, Nomad Nation? You've got Godfather. I am 1/3 of your Nomad Gamers. Man, it has been a freaking week since I've been in the Shire. And I tell you what, it has been a very busy time today while I've been here in the Shire. I've had to get a lot of things going. The computer, you walk away from something for 3 or 4 days and everything goes freaking haywire. I had to do an update. Things weren't working right, but hey, we are here. So, if you're watching me over on Facebook, thank you very much. If you are watching me on Kick or on Twitch, you have found Godfather. What I need you to do on all three of those, I need you to go right over here. I need you to hit that follow button. Then I need you to hit that notification, turn it on. That way, every single time that I come live at you, you are being notified. Now, if you are watching me over here on YouTube, thank you very much. You found the home of the Nomad Gamers, where every Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, my other two co-hosts join me, and it is a whole new ball game when it comes to the Nomad Gamers. Now, if you want to chat with any of your Nomad Gamers at any given time, and let me reiterate this, you do not need to be playing the same game as your Nomad Gamers, but you can go right over here to www.discord.com, find your Nomad Gamers, spelled the same way as it is right here for YouTube. Do what you got to do to subscribe to it. And then once you're in the channel, look on the left-hand side and you will see general chat. And you will more than likely see Godfather sitting in there. If it's the afternoon, if it's early morning, you're going to find Fireball in there. But either way, you're going to find one of your Nomad Gamers. I know Zanar Crush Rider doesn't always go in there. So if he is in there, you are in for a real treat. Whoo, good golly holly. We that seems like it gets longer every goddamn time. All right, so we have some announcements to do before we get into all of our points. So the winners for last week, we have winners. Let me get down to it. I know Jason Burkharter, he was the winner for Metroid. I'm trying to remember what episode that was. It was Talking Tuesday. And then for Thirsty Thursday, the background was Final Fantasy VII from the PlayStation 1. And Dakota Novell, he guessed that one correctly. Remember, after Talking Tuesday and Thirsty Thursday, I posted on all of these. Ooh, good Lord. All of these social medias down here. All you got to do is tell me what you think the background is. And without further ado, Talking Tuesday's background is coming up. Let me get my fat ass out of your way to where you can see what it is. So we've got, is that Cinderella or who is that? Then you got this Joker right here. I don't like what he's doing. And yeah, it looks like you're in a palace. I made this week a little bit easier. I felt kind of bad because I I thought I gave you guys a really hard one when it came to Metroid or Mega Man. I'm sorry, Mega Man, not Metroid. Metroid's on my mind because it's on for tonight. But Mega Man was the winner for Talking Tuesday. I thought that one was kind of hard, uh, so I decided to give you an easy one. Go ahead and comment on any of these if you know what my background is. All right, let's get into it. Tonight we're going to be talking about uh, my vacation to Colorado, Fallout 76, Metroid Prime, a former boss from Rockstar Games talking about AI in Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. Games leaving the PS Plus by December the 16th. And then Helldivers 2 is going to round us out tonight. So let's get right into it. I was looking for news tonight, and I was like, damn, I am seeing a lot out of the Fallout universe. And that is highly irregular because if you follow me on Thirsty Thursday, I always check in with the Fallout franchise to see what they're doing. And 9 times out of 10, it's nothing. And, they kind of piss me off when they do that, but I now know why. So let's get right into it. So Fallout 76 embraces its own manifest destiny with the Burning Springs update. I found all of this over on Game Rant. They did a one-on-one with the Fallout bosses, and they got all of the good stuff. This is going to take up a good chunk of our time. So if you need to go get something to drink, go get it. All right. December is undeniably a great time to be a Fallout fan. Every day is a great time to be a Fallout fan. Not only does Fallout 76's Burning Springs update drop on December the 2nd, it dropped today. But also, Season 2 of Fallout will take us to New Vegas on December the 17th. That is something that, I was not a fan of Season 1. Season 1 to me just did not feel like Fallout. There was a lot of things in Fallout that they were talking about that, even as an avid fan of the Fallout franchise, being somebody who could say I played Fallout 2, I played Fallout Tactics, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 76. Even when 76 was kind of shit in the bed every night. But I played them all. So when it came down to the TV show and what I thought was some misrepresentation, I got a little butthurt. And if you go back on some of the episodes of Nomad Gamers, you will see exactly what I was talking about and why I was taking so much heat from Chungus, why I was taking so much heat from Fireball, and then when Zadar Crestrider has joined us, he's even giving me heat on it. But it's okay. Ahead of the release, they spoke with the Fallout 76 creative director, John Rush, and production director, Bill, I'm going to murder this last name, Lacoste, about the Burning Springs update, bringing the ghoul into the game world, and so much more, including a little tease for 2026. What's clear from our conversation is how much these developers love the Fallout IP and hope to take that love for it even further with Burning Springs. And it's also a good time to reflect on the growth of the Fallout IP as a whole. They're not wrong. The Fallout IP has grown so much from Fallout 3. 99.9% of Fallout's loyal followers comes from Fallout 3. And if it's not Fallout 3, it's going to be Fallout 4. But if you go back and you play Fallout 3, and then you jump ahead and you go and you play Fallout 76, the improvement is mind-blowing. It is. I'm talking a lot of good praise about Fallout. I can see that these developers love that IP. I can. Anybody who's playing Fallout 76 right now can see the love that these developers have for that game. Now, the problem with this is, well, we'll get into the problem. Just give me a second. There is a problem, and we're going to explore it. They go about the 1776 crap. We all know about 1776 and the 13 British colonies. I'm not going back over that. If you want to know about American history, go to your phone, open up Google, and ask, how did the United States of America come into existence? It'll tell you. In 1997, that was a good year for me. Interplay Productions. Interplay is who Bethesda bought the Fallout IP from. Released the first Fallout game and kickstarted an IP based on a post-apocalyptic and retro-futuristic world that imagined something new but built upon the ashes of the broken American dream. They call it fantastic. So do I. Most fans would too. It was over the top, dark world that twisted both the devs' imagination and the fledgling USA's fantasized world, where the global nuclear war destroyed what was once a proud nation. I decided to add that in for one reason. 9 times out of 10, when you're talking to a Fallout fan, and I put myself firmly in that camp, they don't know what you're starting. I hate to say this, I had to go back and I had to go look at the lore for Fallout to find that, yes, the TV show is following lore. They've dramatized a lot of stuff. They made it for TV. I should have been more understanding. I wasn't. For season 2, I'm going to have a more open mind to where maybe I can enjoy it. Maybe I need to go back and watch season 1 again real quick and see if my my decision is correct still. All right, so if you go down a little bit, every state that's been represented across Fallout. California, that was Fallout 1. First introduced in Fallout 1. 2, Nevada, first introduced in Fallout 1. We're going to get back to some of this. I know a lot of people out there are going, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to get back to it. 3, Oregon, first introduced in Fallout 2. Maryland, first introduced in Fallout 3. Virginia, first introduced in Fallout 3. Pennsylvania, first introduced in Fallout 3. Washington, D.C., we all know, first introduced in Fallout 3. That was the main setting. Alaska, there is an asterisk next to Alaska. I got to figure out what the damn asterisk means. Alaska is just a simulation, but they're counting it. I would count it too. Fallout Tactics and Fallout Brotherhood of Steel are not clear-cut canon. They are not. I could have told you the same thing, but we're counting them. The Fallout TV series has yet to venture into new territory. Fallout 5 will likely introduce a new area. However, it's uncertain if that will be the 21st plus states, or if Fallout 76, the Fallout TV show, will beat Fallout 5 to it. Again, those are all questions that if you are a Fallout fan, that you would be asking. Arizona, first introduced in Fallout New Vegas. Utah, first introduced in Fallout New Vegas DLC. Massachusetts, Fallout 4. Maine, Fallout 4 DLC. Illinois, Fallout Tactics. Missouri, Fallout Tactics. Kansas, Fallout Tactics. Colorado, Fallout Tactics. Texas, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. West Virginia, we all know that's 76. New Jersey, I didn't know this. Fallout 76. Ohio is the new one. It's going to be introduced, or it was introduced today on the Burning Springs update for Fallout 76. Now, why did I go through all that? I'm sure that's what everybody is asking me. Because here's the deal. They love this game so much. They're introducing new and very exciting content to this very proud franchise that has loyal fans on all 4 corners of this earth. They got their own TV show that for better or not, it's a good TV show. It's better than most of the game ones out there. I say this because I have been an advocate for Bethesda to go back and re-release Fallout 1. You have the story. You have the settings. All it needs is more graphics. All it needs is a new engine and bring it out for the current gen. Fallout 2, you could play it on Xbox Live, or at least you could. I think you still can. The game is hard to play. And I'm from the 90s, and I say it's hard to play. They got the story. They got everything they need. Put a new engine in it. Put some new graphics into it. You already got the artwork. You already got the story. Remaster it, re-release it. Fallout Tactics. Somebody at Bethesda needs to pull their head out of their ass, and they need to come right out and say, Tactics is either lore or it's not lore. The same with the Brotherhood of Steel. Right now, it is not lore. Everybody knows this. But they keep referring back to it. So again, all your older games, put the updated engine in it, give it some new and exciting graphics, and re-release it. Do what they did with Oblivion. And I got more. Bethesda came out, I believe it was 2 or 3 days ago. Bethesda came out and said how they were very pleased with owning the internet when they remastered Oblivion, when they just dropped it, when they just said, here you go to the Oblivion fans. So while I don't report on rumors, and I won't, I am making a prediction here that you are going to see Fallout 3 being remastered and re-released. Whether it's going to be good, whether they're going to put a lot of heart into it, I can't tell you that. I just can't. I believe they're going to start re-releasing some of the older titles because they're drawing so much interest from this TV show. Now, speaking of the TV show, they asked them, and here's where my heartburn comes in with Burning Springs. How is it that these two, the TV show and 76, that they're colliding? Bethesda says it's just a happy coincidence. Then they go on and say they liked where season 1 ended and wanted to give fans the opportunity to play there. Now, let me ask everybody out there this question. Where is a desert around West Virginia? Is there a desert north of West Virginia? I know there's not one to the east. I know there's not one to the west. And I damn sure know there ain't one to the south. But they put in the desert region into 76. For me, this is one of those, you're reaching. You're out there reaching. They also asked if there's going to be any kind of direct connections between 76 and the TV show. And John Rush said there isn't a ton of opportunity for direct connections or a need to work closely together when the two are at opposite ends of the timeline. He's 100% correct there. 100% correct. And on top of that, the TV show is happening out west. It's happening out west. Appalachia's on the East Coast. One way that they're bringing the ghoul into this is because the lore of the ghoul puts him in Ohio. That's how they're tying the ghoul into 76 and the TV show. Uh, the Fallout 76 team does keep up with the material in the show, but the two happening so close is more of a happy accident than a result of um, meticulous planning. The ending of Fallout Season 1 did directly inspire the Burning Springs update. As Rush continued, seeing where Season 1, this is his words, not anybody else's, seeing where Season 1 ended up in the desert of what used to be Las Vegas, we wanted to offer a region that felt similar in Fallout 76. You can't Rush. If you look at the regions in Fallout 76 map, they are all distinct. Distinct, I'm sorry. And this arid desert hellscape was a climate we hadn't explored yet. Because you can't Rush. And at the same time, a nice tonal link to what viewers may experience in season 2 of the show. Here's where it feels like they are reaching. I've always told everybody that I will praise a developer or praise a company, but I reserve the right to call them dumbasses when they're acting like dumbasses. That's being a dumbass. From there, yeah, he's still talking about this stupid desert. Talking about the Ghoul, he is in Ohio for a reason, which is more than why most find themselves in Ohio. And players can expect to exchange some bounties and caps with him in the meantime. That's cool how they're linking the two together. I like that. Uh, they talk about some of the updates, and I normally talk about this on Thirsty Thursday, but since I'm here, I'll hit on it tonight. Fundamentals have been tightened, manual aim, VATs, and combat balances. So play styles are more welcoming. That could work out in some, it could actually hurt other players. Early progression is easier to understand and more rewarding thanks to a streamlined weapon mods and perk behaviors in Fallout 76. I don't like that. I busted my ass through 76 to get where I was at. Players can also start, oh my God, players can also start at level 20 should they choose with a backpack of supplies, weapons, armor, and a perk loadout. I don't think you need to know. I don't think you need me to vocalize what is rolling around his head right now. Burning Crusades is Fallout's westward expansion. I am generally pleased with the Fallout franchise. I am. I'm kind of disappointed though that they're putting so much work into 76 that we all know that they are doing nothing with Fallout 5. With a live service, we all have to remember one thing. With a live service, we're not going to see the next installment for quite a while. When Grand Theft Auto 6 finally drops, do not look for a Grand Theft Auto 7 until probably 2060. That's just the way games are going these days. I read an article while I was on vacation. I was reading up on stuff. Uh, One of the articles was that British and American video game players would rather play single player games than multiplayer games. That got me thinking, and I don't remember what side I saw it on. It was either Game Rant or PC Gamer, one of the two. But it got me thinking, what what is my preferred gaming style? What do I enjoy more? Do I enjoy online or do I enjoy single player? And that got me thinking, I like them both. I would never have met Xenar Crest Rider without online play. Never. I don't know why, and maybe I need to look this up, and I'll look it up probably after the show. But I want to know if Rockstar Games has patented the start of their game where you can either go single player over here or you can go to online over here. Because if they haven't patented that, if they don't have that trademark, then why isn't every game out there doing both? Have a single story, have a single player, and then have an online. Red Dead Redemption is a clear cut favorite of mine. It has a story, a damn good story. No DLCs. And it also has a very immersive online experience. Grand Theft Auto. Great fucking story. However, no DLCs. Now, when you go over to the online version of both of Rockstar's flagship games, they have DLCs. They have to. Otherwise, both games would have died years ago. So I need to look up, and if you know out there, Nomad Nation, let me know in the comments. I got to find out if that's patented by Rockstar. Because if it's not, what the hell is the rest of the gaming community doing? And when I say community, I mean uh, Bethesda, I mean Activision, I mean Blizzard, I mean them all. Why are they not doing it? It's a license to print money. It really is. All right, what's next on our list? Metroid Prime. I don't know why I like Metroid. I really don't. I love the artwork in that game, and the game is it just flows. I have not played 4. I can't tell you anything about 4. I played some of the earlier models, some of the earlier games. I liked them. I did. The fucking artwork's cool. The artwork is amazing. All right, how Metroid Prime 4 reviews compared to the other games in the series. That's what sparked my attention. Reviews for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond are rolling in, and so far, the game is the lowest rated in the series. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. The news may sting a bit for some fans in light of the wait for the title. Everybody's waiting for titles these days, which went so quiet for so long that it becomes something of a meme within the gaming community. All of the big games, that's the way it is. We don't know if we're getting Fallout 5. We don't know if we're getting uh, Ace Combat 8. We don't know anything. We don't know shit until they want us to know, which is, I guess, their prerogative. Uh, while Metroid Prime 4 Beyond may be the most anticipated in the franchise, it seems many critics don't believe it's the best. So I'm wondering, have you played Metroid Prime, Metroid 4? If you have played that game and you played games from that franchise in the past, would you give me your honest opinion? Because critics sometimes get it wrong. They do. They're human. Uh, some fans have gotten their Metroid Prime 4 copies early, but everyone not lucky enough to be near a store that puts the game on shelves prematurely can play it on December the 4th. The hype for that release date is undeniable, with Metroid fans having waited for the day since 2017, back before the original Switch and when E3 was still running. I wish E3 would still run. I don't know why it stopped. I enjoyed watching E3. I did. I thought it was I thought it was amazing. Oh, that's why. I thought it was absolutely amazing. But then it died after COVID. If you've been lucky enough to get Metroid Prime 4 and you've played other games in that series, please let me know your comments. If you get to play it after December the 4th and you happen to think of Talking Tuesday, if you would, leave a review on my page for it. I'd love to see it. I'll even feature you. And the way I see it is if you put it on my page, then you're giving me permission to use your comment. If you would, though, leave your gamer tag. I really don't like using real names. Uh, I kind of like the being anonymous. I really do. Uh, we can get into that another time. So if you get to play Metroid 4 Prime, let me know. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to see what your thoughts on it are. Here's the one that gets me. I didn't get a chance to read this article, so we are going to be responding to this at the same time. Uh, I saw it. I put it in the notes. I was trying to hurry up. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff going on before Talking Tuesday. My computer decided it wanted to upload. Blah 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 blah. Nothing but excuses. I know. Rockstar Games co-founder Dan Houser. We've heard from old Danny Boy before. Doesn't have optimistic feelings about AI. Okay. As his thoughts were made clear in a recent interview with Virgin Radio UK. Although Hauser is no longer with the company, he helped build Rockstar Games into the company it is today. And when it comes to the rest of the gaming industry, he warns that AI should be avoided. Whoo, AI is such a touchy subject. You got some out there that say, yes, make it happen, do it. You got others out there that say, nah, keep it out. I can see both sides. If you use AI as a tool to give us a better game, I'm okay with it. But if you are using AI like EA is, interactive or entertainment arts, to cut corners and increase your profits, I'm against that. Using AI is not only game development, but creative work in general has been one of the most debated topics of the year. I just got done saying that. People's feelings about AI can be quite strong, as Valve and Epic Games recently threw shade at one another regarding both companies' opposite stances. Some studios and companies have seen it as an intriguing and useful tool, while others see it as a way to diminish actual creativity and craft. Based on Dan Hauser's recent statements on the use of this technology, he is definitely in the camp that sees it as a waste instead of an asset. You do have both of those camps. You do. I am somewhere in the middle. If a company uses it to enhance their game without having the expense to the worker, I'm all for it. But if the company is using it as a way to cut expenses to make more profit at the expense of workers, no, I'm against it. Don't cut people's paychecks or cut their way of life because of AI. They bring up EA, which is what it is. Uh damn. Dan Hauser compares AI to mad cow disease. That's a hell of a that's a hell of a comparison there. Wow. Humanity is being pulled in a direction by a certain group of people who maybe aren't fully rounded humans. This is coming from Dan Hauser. He's got some very strong topics. If you want to read more about what Dan had to say to Game Rant, go on over to GameRant.com and just scroll down. It's down near the bottom. Click on it. You'll see the entire thing. Dan was very big, a very big source in Red Dead 2, Red Dead, Grand Theft, all the Grand Theft Autos up till 5. He helped Rockstar get where Rockstar's at. So in some sense, if he's out there, if he's screaming against it, who are we to scream for it? Maybe he knows something that we don't. If you want to hear any more about that, go on over to GameRant.com. Down near the bottom of the page, uh, you'll find the article. Go ahead and read it. Uh, I've given you my take on it. All right, PlayStation Plus subscribers, you got to say goodbye to 12 games on December 16th. Here are the 12 games. Some of these absolutely shocked me. One, that they were still being offered, and two, they were out there and they're just now getting pulled. Battlefield 2042 for the PS4 and the PS5. Grand Theft Auto, not 5, not 4. You got that right. 3, the definitive edition, PS4 and PS5. Arcade Paradise VR, PSVR 2. Sonic Frontiers for the 4 and 5. Forspoken, PS5. Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, PSVR 2. Firefighting Simulator The Squad, PS4, PS5. Surviving Mars, PS4. Star Trek Bridge Crew, PS4, PSVR. Oh, good lord. Tahoe, Jansu, Randu, Bullet Ballet, PS4. River City Malay Match, PS4. 11 on 11, Memories Retold, PS4. So Grand Theft, I spoke a little out of turn there. Grand Theft Auto 3, the definitive edition, was re-released. I get it. Okay. I'm not so shocked that it was still on there. Star Wars Tales from a Galaxy's Edge, PSVR 2. I liked that game. I actually did play it. And then Star Trek Bridge Crew, PS4 and PSVR. So here's the deal. I enjoyed Star Trek Bridge Crew. If you know anything about me, you know I love sci-fi. I love space. There's just something about it I love. If it's Star Trek or Star Wars, I'm already game. Starfield, that's what drew me to it. But Bridge Crew had a lot of problems. There was one mission I could not get past. I didn't give a flying damn what I did to try and save it. Just couldn't do it. And then most of these other games on this list, I don't know anything about them except for Battlefield 2042. That makes sense that it's leaving because Battlefield 6 is here, and they're probably just making room for it. I need to look and see if Battlefield 6 is actually on PS Plus. For everyone out there that's PlayStation Plus. All right. Helldivers. What are you doing over there, Helldivers? Helldivers 2 cuts its install size from 154 gigabytes to 23 gigabytes. In a beta, you can opt into now, defeating Liberty, hating storage wrecks with no functional differences between versions. So if you remember, about a month ago, Fireball was complaining about how big this game was. Zanar Crustrider and myself, we jumped on the bandwagon and we're saying, yes, these games are getting freaking humongous. So hats off to Helldivers 2 for shrinking the size of their game to a more manageable size. They really didn't do much else. They say that you're not going to have, uh, you're not going to see a difference between the two versions. Uh, I don't know. All right, so last topic of the night. I said it was going to be the first one. I fibbed. It's going to be the last one. Colorado, 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 Colorado. Throw in Nebraska and Iowa in there too, and Illinois and Indiana and Ohio. I'm trying, whatever. So let me tell you about my weekend. Had a great Thanksgiving weekend with family. Very refreshing, very relaxing. Uh, Wednesday, the trip out there was fine. Thursday was Turkey Day. I probably added 15 pounds, but god damn, that food was good. Very thankful to be around family that day. Friday, myself and Sweet Kitty Pie, we poked up around the mountains, or was that Saturday? Friday. We poked around the mountains, and if you remember, uh, I was at the Red Rock Amphitheater. If you're ever out in Colorado by the Denver area and you have a chance to go to the Red Rock Amphitheater, I highly, highly suggest it. It is a very beautiful facility. You need to go down to the museum and just take a walk through. Some of the names on the wall of performers, it'll blow you away. If you are a music magician or a music artist, that's probably I think I told Sweet Kitty Pie it was like the Grand Old Opry, but for the West. It's absolutely stunning. Then later on that night, we went over to the world famous Stanley Hotel. I knew nothing of it. Sweet Kitty Pie had to fill me in on it, and it was wonderful. The food at their restaurant was top notch. I went down to use the bathroom and found myself, I guess, on the set of a movie. Uh, I don't know what movie it is. I will put it in the comments, but whoo, it was a horror movie, I think. Santiago would be, yeah, yeah. No, I couldn't do it. It's some kind of like library type thing. They had creepy music playing. You walk in, use the bathroom, walk back out. Saturday, nothing big happened. Just out watching football and hanging out with family and just making memories. And then Sunday happened. So Sweet Kitty Pie and myself, we decided to go back up into the mountains. We found a awesome store up there. If you go out there by the Denver area, check out the smaller towns around it. The smaller towns around it are just as amazing as what Denver is. You'll see old mining towns, you'll see all kinds of shit out there. Mom and pop shops, they're amazing. Anyways, let's get to the best part. In a town that I will not name, only well, you'll figure it out if you look it up. So myself and Sweet Kitty Pie are out. We're doing our Christmas shopping, and she tells me to go over to a certain street. I went to that street, turned right on it, going up the hill, looking for a parking spot. Go to turn left into the parking spot, and bang, my car gets hit, gets rocked. Uh, I did not realize it was a one way. Happened just in front of the Full Throttle Saloon. And as a motorcycle enthusiast, one of the big things on my list was to have a beer at the Full Throttle. And that was an expensive beer. But I am home now. I didn't stream yesterday. Didn't stream today. I was getting some things squared away here in the Shire. But I will start streaming again tomorrow night, Wednesday. Uh, we will be doing Grand Theft Auto 5. We'll continue to do our Empire. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for watching my promos at Red Rock and at the Stanley Hotel. I appreciate it. I will see everyone again on Wednesday. Talking Tuesday's done. I've been rambling for 45 minutes. 45. So, in the words of my good friend Santiago Cirillo, your negativity cannot break me. It just can't. You're beautiful the way you are. Keep gaming. Keep doing you. Keep being you. If you're out there playing a game and you run across a griefer and that griefer needs blown the fuck up, you blow that motherfucker up. until tomorrow night and until Thirsty Thursday. Peace and love.